Now, on this abortion issue, this is an issue that not only divides libertarians, it divides everybody. I mean, we have pro-choice and pro-life, and there's no seeming reconciliation. This is a very complex area, a very complex issue. We're now moving into advanced libertarian theory. But again, we have our litmus test, we have our axioms, we have our non-aggression, and we have our private property rights. And on the basis of that, I have come up with a third choice. You see, the way people see it, it's either pro-life or pro-choice. Not so, not so. There is a third option. I have a principled compromise, and the principled compromise I call it evictionism. Now, you see, the problem is that abortion is really a complex word. It's eviction plus killing. And we have to separate those two. Now, what pro-life says is that the woman must be forced to keep the fetus for 9 months. What pro-choice says is that the woman can evict the fetus at any time, whether it means killing it or not. What the moderate, they don't call me Walter Moderate Block for nothing. What the moderate Walter Block says, what the evictionist says is, you have only the right to evict, but you don't have a right to kill. Why do you have a right to evict? Because you own the property. If you're the woman, you own the uterus. Thanks. I mean, if somebody walks into this hotel and, some bumbles into your living room, you don't have a right to shoot him. First you say, do you realize you're trespassing? And this guy, oh, sorry, I didn't realize, and he walks out. If you shoot him in the back, you're not compatible with libertarianism. So you have no right to kill, only to evict. Now, the problem with fetuses is that if you evict them at a certain age, they'll die. Too bad, there's no right to life. Never mentioned right to life. Only property rights and the non-aggression axiom, no right to life. Now,
viable than the 8th month? I don't
well, it might be, the question is, can the fetus be viable before the 8th month? Well, every 5 years it gets viable another week or so on average. I don't know whether it's the 7th or the 8th or the 6th or the 9th, it doesn't matter. The principle is, as medical science progresses, the fetus will be viable at an earlier stage. Well, but libertarianism is not dependent upon medical science. What we say is, you can evict at any time, but you can't ever kill. 50 years ago, we libertarians, the evictionist theory was then pro-choice. 500 years from now or 100 years from now, we'll be pro-life. Right now, we're just moderates. We say, you can evict, you just can't kill. Now, right now, if we adopt this, all babies in the last trimester will be saved. Because you can only evict, you can't kill. You can't. So babies in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month are viable outside the womb, and they're all saved. And the beauty of this, if I may say so, is that in 10 years it might be the 6th month. Right. And in 50 years, the 5th month, and in 100 years, maybe the fertilized egg will be able to be alive in a good test tube or something. So if we adopt evictionism, eventually we will win. I'm sort of pro-life. I believe that life starts with the fertilized egg. By the way, in the Jewish tradition, when life starts, when the fetus graduates medical school.
Ah, there you go.
But I believe that it's the fertilized egg is when life starts, because the egg alone won't become a human being no matter where it's put. The sperm alone won't become a human being no matter where it's put. The fertilized egg will become a human being if it's put in the right environment, and which is the same for us. Right. We'll die if we're not in the right environment, if we're out in space or something. Thus, you have a right to evict, but you don't have a right to kill.